A new building is coming to Brookhaven, so stick around until the end, because I'll even show you what it might look like. And tell me, did you recognize the place where I am? In Brookhaven? Yes, because there I was building the barrier all around the new building. And I'm exactly where the nuclear power plant used to be in Brookhaven. And the reason I'm saying this is because the nuclear power plant hasn't appeared in Brookhaven for a few weeks now. And yes, the place where I am, there is usually the nuclear power plant. And when you join a server on Brookhaven, the nuclear power plant doesn't appear right away. Yes, you have to place it yourself. And that's one of the new features we've had recently on Brookhaven, and I have several theories about it. Because I think we're going to have a new building at this spot. And look, here, this is house number 1. And when you go to the house cameras, house number 1 also exists. But you can go back and forth between the two. Now it's labeled monument number 1, still with the house logo. That's what's pretty strange, but it means there might be other places with monuments. They call them monuments. And when you click on it, look, there are new categories right here and there. The house doesn't appear. Actually, the nuclear power plant doesn't appear in any of the 4 options. But that means there will be several options with different types of places. Just here and there. When you select the nuclear power plant, it will appear and it will be available directly at the top right in the monument controls. And then you can do whatever you want with it. It becomes your nuclear power plant. So, here, everything is fine. I have my house, and now it's a monument. So that's one of the new features we've had recently. Before, it didn't show that at all, guys, and now it's mine. All of this belongs to me. I have access to all the security cameras, and of course, I can change the color of the building. And now I can do whatever I want with it. But when I delete the building, look what happens when I delete the building. Boom. Well, the nuclear plant stays, and even the color I set stays. And the only way to make it disappear is to log out and log back in. Then it will disappear again. And here, I'm logging back in. And you'll see that the nuclear plant has disappeared. And look, it's completely gone. And by the way, you can also put the props back if you're on a private server and you've saved them. Like me, if you've saved props here and there, you can put back whatever props you want. Just some of them won't appear. Meaning if you put props in that spot, well, they just won't ever show up again. So, you can only save at the back and on the sides. Otherwise, it doesn't work. By the way, before the nuclear power plant was there, you could put a house here. Do you want to see what it looked like before? And if you want to see what it looked like before, I hope you're subscribed and you've liked the video. So let's go. And now, I'm in an older version of Brookhaven from early 2025. So it's not that long ago, it's just over a year. And we're going to go straight to the place where I was. And you'll see that before, there was absolutely nothing except for a few small mountains. And so, before, the road didn't continue. Here, there was a small dirt path to access this area. Of course, we had the area to spawn a helicopter right here. And the airport was at a slightly different angle. So, it was a bit longer. The runway was a lot longer. And we had 2 small mountains like that. Well, I don't even know if we can call them mountains. Let's say we had a lot of land here, and there was absolutely nothing. But they had still planned to build a road. That's what's quite special. So yes, of course they had planned to build a road here. So it had been planned for a very long time to have something at this place. And if I go back to 2020, so at that time, I was at the very beginning of Brookhaven. By the way, I'm sure you don't even recognize the place where I am. Look, we also had these 2 little dirt hills that were there. But there you go. So this really dates back to the very beginning of Brookhaven. So it was planned for a really long time. Well, there was nothing at all. There wasn't even an airport before. And just think, before, look, we even had a place for YouTubers. And yes, we had a little place here for YouTubers. So it was really super cool. The old Brookhaven, the one from 2020. So there you go, guys. I showed you a bit of what it was like before. But what is it going to become? So, we're going to go back to 2026, and in 2026, look under the map, you can clearly see the boundary for claiming a house in that spot. And look here, I just set the campsite theme, and yes, I set the campsite theme. And look closely. You can see that there are pine trees appearing here. It's really very strange. I thought they had fixed the bugs, but no, the bugs are still there. So at this spot, guys, they acted as if there was never a nuclear power plant. So it's really super weird. That kind of contradicts, well, the fact that there are houses at this spot, but hey, that was already the case. There's the nuclear power plant, and there are still these bugs present at this spot. And that's true with almost all the themes. And look, what's shocking is when you put on the futuristic theme. Well, yeah, look, there's a building that appears here. It's really weird, but honestly, it's super strange that we have a building showing up right there. Honestly, I don't know why they left these big buildings here really. I think they should fix that as soon as possible. If they want to build a new building where there are already buildings, it's just too strange. It's like the airport runway that just continues into nothing. Even though there's no runway here, look, it's really too strange. They should fix that quickly, or they'll only be able to build a nuclear power plant. And it's like the race. Look, normally we were supposed to go over the dirt hills, and here, there's nothing at all. Look, there's just, well, the path. Like, we're supposed to climb the mountain, but there's no dirt mountain. It's really weird. But now, I think there's going to be an update as well. At the same time, with the themes, because there are still quite a few issues with the themes, they still have to fix a lot of things. So this area has really been abandoned for a very long time. And I think Brookhaven is preparing something for that place. They can't just leave an area abandoned like that. And look, even when I use the free theme, there are still buildings. So honestly, I can't see Brookhaven leaving bugs like that for so long. That means they're preparing an update for that place. And that means, guys, there's also going to be an update for the themes. If they redo that area, I think they'll update the themes as well. Especially since, guys, the nuclear power plant that was here was a Wolfpack update and not from the new Voldex developers. And do you want to see what a build would look like in that spot? I hope you're subscribed and that you put the word construction in the comments. And guys, here's what construction could look like in that spot, of course, while keeping the area's proportions right. So, this is an image I generated myself. And look, so you can see what a build could look like in that spot. Because Brookhaven loves to make places under construction. We had it with the new restaurant, which was the Burger Barn. For a week, there was construction, and we didn't know what it was. And now, I think they're going to do the same thing in that spot. Anyway, Darkido, tell me in the comments what you think. And above all, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and watch other videos. Remember to use construction if you want Brookhaven to stop abandoning this area.
No.